Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're just coming across my video for the first time, you're welcome, and to my returning subscribers, you're all welcome. So the outcome of this tutorial is what you can see on me in the middle part of the screen and the inspiration on the left and the right part of the screen. So if this is what you're interested in, you might want to stay to the end of this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also give this video a thumbs up. So let us get right into the tutorial. So these are all the fabrics I'll be using. So this is a chantilly lace. I have this in 2 yards. I'll be making use of this chantilly lace for the skirt. And here I have doll face fabric. It's in 2 yards as well. I'll be using it to line the chantilly lace for the skirt. And here I have this micado. The micado is in 2 yards. So I'll be making use of it for the dress or the top. So this is the lining and this is the wording for padding the bust here. So let's get right into the drafting. So I'll be making use of this pattern paper to draft the upper bodice of this dress, just the bustier and the back. That's what we are using the pattern paper for. So every other thing is going to be drafted on the fabric. So I'm coming down by 10 inches for my bust point, 14 inches for my under bust point, and then my half length 17 inches. So I'm going to mark it across so that I can extend the lines. So this is me extending the lines. So on the shoulder line, I'm marking my shoulder measurements divided by 2, and then on that point I came down by 1 inch. I'm marking 1 inch. Then after that 1 inch point, I marked my armhole depth, and then I'm just going to go ahead and extend the armhole depth line like so, and then I'm also going to extend the chest line like so. So divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2. For me it is about 3.75 or 3.5 inch. So I'm marking 4 inches instead. I added extra half inch. So I marked 4 inches on the bust point, on the under bust point, and on the waistline. And this is me connecting it in a straight line. So on the part going towards the middle, I marked 1 inch on the waistline and on the under bust line. If your bust is on the smaller side, you want to use half inch instead of the 1 inch I used. And on this other side, I marked 2.25 inches. And again, if your bust is on the smaller side, you want to use about 1.5 inches. So I'm connecting it in a straight line this way. You can make use of my exact measurement if your bust is about 40 inches and above. So measure everything you have on your armhole depth. For me, it is 8 inches. So I'm going to mark the midpoint. And on that midpoint, I went in by 0.5 inch. So on the chest line, I'm marking my bust measurement divided by 4, and then this is me connecting the O point to form my armhole curve. So you can make use of your free hands if you don't have a French curve. So for my neck depth, I'm coming down by 6 inches. So depending on how deep you want your neckline to be, for me, I don't want it to be too deep, so I came down by 6 inches. So if you want it deeper, you can come down to 7 or 8 inches. But 6 inches is just fine for me. So I extended the lines this way. So using my French curve, I'm going to connect with a curved line like this, the bust point to the under bust point, and this other side as well. So you can also use your free hands if you don't have a French curve. So on this chest line, you want to mark your nipple to nipple divided by 2 measurement, and then you extend the line this way. So on that point, I'm going in and out by 1 inch on both sides. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect to the bust point this way. Can you see the way I'm connecting it? So it's totally fine if you use your free hands, if you don't have a French curve. So we want to measure what we have there. Everything we have there is 2 inches. So I'm just going to replace it this way. So I marked 2 inches outward, and then I extended the lines this way. So I'm just going to draw the new armhole like this. Can you see? I made use of my free hand instead. So now I'm going to go ahead and input all the measurements, all my body measurement. So on the chest line, I've marked my bust measurement divided by 4 already. So I added 1 inch extra for the joining of the bustier, and then I added 1.5 inch for the sewing allowance. So on the under bust, I marked my waist measurement divided by 4, and then I marked what I have in that mid part, which is 3.25 for me. I replaced it, and then I added 1 inch for joining of the bustiers and 1.5 inch for my sewing allowance. So everything I have there was 13.25. So I marked it on the waistline as well, and then I connected all the points together. So let us draft the Queen Anne neckline. So for the neck width, I made use of 4.5 inches. I went in by 4.5 inches, and then from that point I went in by 4 inches like this. So this is me marking 4 inches. So I'm just going to connect those 2 points together. Can you see? So it is just a little slant. The slant is not so much like a typical Queen Anne neckline. So this is me connecting the shoulder slope this way. So it's a semi Queen Anne neckline, let me put it that way. It's just a little slant. So that's basically all for the drafting of our front pattern. So we're going to go ahead and cut it out now. So you pay attention to how I'm cutting it, so you don't make a mistake when you're cutting. So these are all the pieces of our front pattern. So this is how it's going to be by the time we join everything. Can you see? So we are going to add about 1 inch to that middle part. So by the time you join it this way, can you see? Let's just demonstrate. Let me show you something. Can you see that it's no longer equal? So when we are cutting on the fabric, I'm going to add to that middle part on the upper part. So I'll show you. Just let's go. So let's draft the back pattern. I've gone ahead to mark my half length, which is 17 inches, and then my bust point 10 inches from the shoulder. So this is the zipper allowance, 1.5 inch. So now all our measurements is going to start after the zipper allowance line. So I'm marking my shoulder measurement divided by 2, and then I came down by 1 inch. Then after that 1 inch, I came down by 8 inch for my armhole depth, and then I extended the line and drew the chest line as well. So on the neckline, for the neck width, I marked 4.5 inches, just like we did for the front. And so for this back neckline, I'm making use of a normal round neck. So I came down by 2 inches. So this is me drawing my back neckline. Can you see? And after that, I'll connect my shoulder slope this way. And then on the chest line, I'm going to mark my bust measurement divided by 4. Remember, you're starting your measurement after the zipper allowance line. So I added 1.5 inch for my stitching allowance. And then on the waistline, I marked my waist measurement divided by 4, plus 1 inch for that, and 1.5 inch for stitching allowance. So this is me connecting the points together this way. So measure everything we have on the armhole depth and then mark the midpoint. I'm going in by 0.25. So I'm just going to connect the O points together to form the armhole curve this way. So for the darts, we're going to mark on the waistline the nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. So mark it on your bust line as well, and then you connect the points in a straight line this way. So I'm going in and out on both sides by half an inch, and then we are going to connect it to the bust line this way in a slant manner. Can you see? So that's how you are going to sew your dart intake. So let us remove zipper bulge on the waistline. On that zipper allowance, I went in by 0.75 inch, and then I connected it in a slant manner like this. So that's all for the drafting of the back pattern, and we're going to go ahead and cut it out now. So let us draft the lower part of the top. We're going to be drafting this on the fabric. So this is the micado fabric. Place it on fold. So I'm rolling the starting point, which is the waistline. The longest part of this dress is going to be 29 inches from the shoulder. So 29 inches minus 17 inches, which is my half length. So I'm left with 12 inches. So this is me marking the 12 inches. So you mark it across this way, and then you're going to extend the lines. You join it in a straight line. So I'm adding half inch to the hem because of the joining at the waist. You know, it's going to be joined to the upper bodice. So I'm adding 12 inch allowance, and that upper part, I'm going to cut it out. So that's why I'm adding it down here. So that's a total of 12.5 inches. So I'm just going to extend the lines. So from the waistline, I came down by 9 inches. So on that waistline, I'm marking my waist measurement divided by 4, and then I added 1.5 inch for the allowance. So on that 9 inches that I came down by, on that point I'm marking my hip measurement divided by 4, and then I added 1.5 inch for allowance. So I'm marking the same thing down here, my hip measurement divided by 4, and then I added 1.5 inch stitching allowance. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect the points together this way. So I'm connecting my waist to the hip and then to the hem of the skirt. So that's all for the front pattern. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out now. So now let us draw the slant. So this is the front pattern, right? So the longer part is going to be on the right, while the shorter part is going to be on the left. So let's go ahead and draw out the curve. So on that smaller part, I came down by 1.5 inch, and all this I'm marking is on the right side of the fabric, don't forget. So I marked it on the right side. So on that point I went in by 1.5 inch. I'm marking my allowance. We added 1.5 inch allowance, so I started drawing after the allowance. So I'm just using free hands to draw the curve. Can you see? I stopped at before the 1.5 inch allowance as well. Can you see? I made sure I marked out my 1.5 inch stitching allowance. Can you see how I did it? So I just used my free hand to draw the slant. So you can go ahead and do it exactly how I've done it, and you're going to get the same thing. So I made use of free hands here. So before we cut that part out, I'm cutting the back pattern first. The only difference is the 1 inch zipper allowance I added for the back pattern. So after that, I cut out the slant for the front. So this is what the front look like. So for the back, I'm notching the midpoint of the waist and the hem. So I'm notching the midpoint this way. So this is just to know the middle. So I'm just going to connect the 2 points together this way, meaning I'm ruling a straight line in the middle. So remember, we are doing this on the right side. That's why I'm using a chalk that can be easily cleaned. So I'm marking my zipper allowance. My zipper allowance is 1.5 inch. So I'm marking it on both sides, and then I'm going to connect all the points together in a straight line this way. So I'm just trying to mark out everything so it will serve as a guide in drawing our slant. By the time we place it on fold again, can you see? It's just normal. There's nothing different. Can you see the zipper allowance that I traced out? So it's just normal. It's nothing complex. So this is me opening it up this way. So we don't want to make a mistake. To know the shorter and the longer part, to know which side will be longer, to know which side will be shorter. So I picked the front pattern. I placed it together, wrong side facing wrong side. Can you see? I placed it together, wrong side facing wrong side. So that side is going to be where will be shorter. Can you see? So it has to be equal. It has to be the same thing. So for the back, the right side will be shorter while the left side will be longer. So let's keep the front pattern aside. So let's mark the stitching allowance. Remember, our stitching allowance is 1.5 inch. So I marked it. So in the middle, I'm marking 8 inches. I came down by 8 inches. So that's for the zipper. So I marked it on both zipper allowance line as well. So that is where the zipper is going to stop. So on the other side, I came down by 1.5 inch, just like we did for the front. And then I went in by 1.5 inch. That's the allowance. So from there, I'm using my free hand to draw the curve. Can you see where I stopped? I stopped at the zipper allowance, and then on that zipper allowance I made it a straight line. Can you see the way I drew it? So by the time we put it together, can you see that the slant is equal? Can you see? It has to be equal. So I'm putting the front on the back pattern. So can you see that the slant is the same thing, is equal? So this is another method you can use. Again, if you close your zipper allowance the way I did it, you can just go ahead and trace it out this way. So this is me tracing it out again. Can you see? This is another method you can use. So after removing this, can you see the way it looks like? Just do it exactly the way I've done it and you get the same thing. So this is me cutting it out. Can you see the way it looks like? So now to remove zipper bulge, I went in on the waist by 0.75 inch and then connected it in a slant manner, and this is me cutting it out. So that is to remove the zipper bulge. We did it on the upper bodice as well, on the back. So this is what it looks like. Can you see now that it is equal? So by the time we start sewing it, you are going to get it perfectly. So I've placed my micado on fold and I've pinned all the upper bodice on it. So I'm going to add half an inch on the upper part and on the lower part for allowance. We've added allowance on all the sides, so we're not adding any allowance. So on that front middle, I went up by 1 inch. I added extra 1 inch. Remember I told you that I was going to add extra inch at the upper part. So I have added it. So I'm adding half an inch on the upper and the lower part of my pattern. The side has allowances already, so I'm gonna have to cut it out. This is the Queen Anne shoulder, so this is the yoke. I'm gonna have to cut it. I added half an inch on the side and on the lower part. So for the skirts, I'll be drafting on the doll face fabric. So let's place our fabric on fold. So this is it. Let's draft the front part of the skirt first. So I'm gonna have to mark the length, which is 42 inches for me. Originally I wanted it to be 40 inches, but I added extra 2 inches allowance for the waist and for the hem. So let's draft. So I came down by 9 inches. Another 9 inches point, I marked my hip measurement divided by 4. Can you see? So I added 1.5 inch sewing allowance. So on the waist, I marked my waist measurement divided by 4, and then I added 1.5 inch sewing allowance as well. So this is just the drafting of a basic long pencil skirt. So I came down by 15 inches. So at that point, I marked my hip measurement divided by 4, and then I added half inch. So that means I removed 1 inch from the measurement. So what we have there, I measured everything we have there. I'm just going to mark the same thing all through to the hem. So that's what I'm marking right now. So after that, I'm going to connect all the points with my ruler. So this is me connecting it from the hem upwards this way. Can you see the way I'm connecting it? So I'm connecting the waist to the hip with my curved rule. Can you see? You can also make use of your free hands if you don't have this curved rule. So I'm connecting the remaining part with my ruler. So that's all for the drafting of the front skirt. So this is me cutting it out. So I'm going to make use of this front pattern to cut out the back pattern. So I'm going to cut out the back. The only difference is that I added 1 inch for the zipper allowance all the way down. So that's the only difference. So I'm cutting out this slant in a slant manner just to avoid zipper bulge. At the waist is half an inch, then slant downwards. So it's just to avoid zipper bulge. So that's all for the cutting of the skirt. So for the sleeve, I'm gonna have to draft out a basic short sleeve. I already pinned the tutorial on how to draft a basic short sleeve in the comment section, so you can check it out if you want a short sleeve, and you can use any sleeve of your choice as well. So this is the skirt. I'm gonna have to use the doll face to cut out the chantilly lace. So the chantilly lace is just longer with about 1 inch or 2 inches. So I'm gonna have to cut out the front and the back. So for the gathers on the dress or the top, I have these long pieces of fabric. This is the micado, so it is about 2.5 yards long, 2.5 yards long. Each of them is 2.5 yards long, and it is 10 inches wide. So by the time I fold the hem, with 1 inch, I'll be left with 9 inches, and then I'll be using one for the front and one for the back, so it will be easy to distribute it evenly, to distribute the gathers evenly, and to do the gathers will be easier that way. So this tutorial is getting too long already. That's the reason why I'm stopping here. So in my next video, I'll be showing you the complete sewing process. So you want to turn on your post notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching to the end, guys. See you all in my next one. Bye.